What if I told you that there's a high price in the cost to waiting too long, overthinking, trying to figure it out? And notice the key word, trying to figure it out. But as a single father, you don't have to keep trying and trying to figure it out. There's a way for you to become financially free. Hi, my name is Jacques M. Joseph Jr., and welcome to the Financial Academy podcast. See, on today's episode, we're talking about the high cost of waiting. You have to choose to want to be financially free. How do you do that? Not overthinking. Stop overthinking it. When you find out how the money game is really set up, you'll see how simple. Now, there's a difference between easy and simple. It's very simple. It's not always easy to do, but it's very, very simple to do. Now, what do I mean by when it comes to high cost of waiting? So let's think about this for a moment, right? Let's think about making that decision. Remember that time when you were probably in a situation and you want to talk to the young lady, or you want to ask her out to the prom, or ask her out on a date, whatever the case was, or whatever the case is. And you said, oh, I got to wait for the perfect moment for this to take place. And you waited, you overthought it, you saw her, and then boom, next thing you know, she's going out with Gerard on the football team. And you like, Gerard? I know I look better than him. And it's like, everybody's looking at you crazy because you took too much time. She even looks at you crazy because you wasted time. You took too much time. And that's what I mean by that. Wasting time. Waiting. It costs too much when you wait in this financial game. So you have a child that looks to you, and in the United States of America, they say, hey, listen, you have between the ages of birth and 18 to figure something out for them financially, whether it be them going to school, purchasing a home, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, at the age of majority here in the United States, which is the age of 18, they're waiting for something at the end of that age. And if you don't start immediately, now everybody's circumstance is totally different. Everybody has a situation going on. Life normally lives. That is true. But you got to think about the bigger picture. What do you want to see for your children or your child that you didn't get to see for yourself? See, truth be told, I'm from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I'm born to Haitian immigrants. They came here from a different country, didn't know the language, didn't speak the language, didn't understand anything, didn't know the system. They couldn't blend in with the culture because the culture back home is totally different than the culture here. And yet still they made a way. They found a way out to put us in a position to succeed financially, enough to get us to the next level. So they sacrificed everything they had, everything, just to build a better future. So if they can do it, or if any other immigrant can do it, why not you who's born here in the United States? Yes, the system may be rigged to you. The system is this, the situation is bad. My baby mother, she wilding out. She's going crazy. She's blocking me. The judge don't like me. All of this stuff. There are a lot of roadblocks. And I understand that because I went through a lot of roadblocks myself. I had lies. I had uh, fake following the court order. I had to fight to see my child. I had to fight just to get rights. But one thing I did not do up front was I knew totally, I'm like, look, this person is going to be dependent on me. I do not have the time to waste because I know what I went through growing up. We didn't have it, to be honest with you. I didn't even know about mutual funds or money market account. I found out about money market accounts through a song that Busta Rhymes put out there called Dangerous. Money market account. That's what he said. And it clicked immediately. And that's when I found that out. And that was what, 99? I probably was in the 10th grade. And it kicked in. And I didn't bother to feed off of that, but that was a seed that was dropped into me. Thank you. Shout out to Busta Rhymes for that song, Dangerous, for sure. But let's think about this. Let's think about you waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. How much will it cost you? So I'm gonna look at my notes real quick, and I want you to jot certain things down. Now, of course, everybody tells you pay yourself first, put your money to the side or whatever the case is. Yes, that's exactly what you have to do. But you have to begin a habit, something known as habit stacking. You gotta habit stack everything. That little vice that you have, that whatever it is, blowing trees or drinking liquor or going out to eat or purchasing Jordans, hats, whatever the case may be. I don't care what it is. That small little vice that you switch, you can change that. Instead of paying Netflix, Hulu, I don't care, Pandora, ad free, whatever that is, don't care what it is. Instead of paying that, why not put that money, ball it up all together, and begin to build up your funds? It's possible. All you need is strategic game planning. And you have to be, number one, intentional as a single father. You have to make the right decision. Is it worth it? Should I go out there and buy this fifth? Or should I put the money I was going to buy the fifth into this mutual fund that's going to have me own multiple fifths? If you understand what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know what a fifth is, it's a 750 of whatever beverage you choose to drink. But I want you to understand, it's the choice that you make. Yeah, oh, I got to get down. I got to do this. I got to do. Yeah, you can. You can do all of that. But are you being intentional? Are you thinking about your children's children? Because for me, as a firm believer in Christ, the Bible tells me a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And my goal is not just for my children's children, it's for their children after that, and their children and children after that. I want an oil painting so that when they look up, they're like, yo, whoever this guy is, he set us up for real, for real. Now, the high cost of waiting. So let's say, for example, right? These are just high numbers, simple mathematics. I want you to jot these things down. In one of my episodes, I talked about mutual funds and I talked about the rule of 72. I want you to go back and watch those episodes, because once you start to hear percentages and numbers, if math is not your strong suit, or hearing percentages is not your strong suit, you may disengage. You may feel like, oh, this is too hard. But I want you to go back and watch those episodes and then rewatch this episode. Then it'll make sense to you. Okay. So let's say for the sake of argument, 500 monthly savings at 9% for 35 years. And let's say you're the age of 30, between the ages of 30 and 65, right? If you were to put that money away at the age of 30, $500 a month, all the way to the age of 60, you would have at least 1.5 million, roughly, right? Let's say you were to wait 1 year later, age of 31, same amount, 500 monthly, keep on. That's $6,000 less of what you would have put in the year prior. But because you waited that 1 year, you now lost $133,000 worth of money that would have been in that account. So instead of almost 1.5 million, now you're down to 1.3 million, which is a significant number. Let's say you waited until the age of 40. Think about it. $500 a month. $500 a month times 12 months in a year, that gives you about 6,000. So let's say you wait 10 years, the age of 40. You say, you know what? I don't have the money at the age of 30. I'm gonna start at the age of 40. Now, that's $60,000 less. That's just only 10 years. But now your account is at what, roughly $565,000. So that means you've lost out on $917,000 that could have been in your account. And I want you to think about, what is my financial independence number, my FIN number? If you don't know what that is your retirement number. Whatever you're making right now, yearly, you multiply that by 25. Why 25? Because that's usually how long it takes, the life expectancy of whenever you retire until the age of death, usually for a man. Okay? Let's say you wait 20 years. Let's say you start saving or investing preferred at the age of 50. So remember, $500 a month times 12 is $6,000. So you do that for 20 years. You wait for 20 years. Now, you only have $191,000. That's it. So that means you lost out on $1.2 million, roughly, of interest. Now, if you wait for 30 years, here's where it gets bogus. You say at the age of 30, now it's time. Now it's time for me to go ahead and put money away. You only made $38,000. You lost $1.5 million. Is that a little difference or a big difference? Ask yourself that right now. That's totally a big difference, because all you had to do was invest $180,000. And because of the accrued interest in whatever account you chose to put it into, you would have gained that money and you would have been set at your financial independence number. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you jewels and gems in order for you to set yourself up to be successful financially. The same thing for your children. Because again, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. How great would it feel to leave something to your kids? Now, if you love your kids like I love my child and my children, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm building up wealth so they don't have to go through what I went through as a man. And I'm making sure that my child currently now, who's existent, doesn't feel any kind of breakage within our flow of currency right now. And the same thing for the one that's on the way. I need you to understand, the cost of waiting, it's a big burden to bear. You do not want, sound the alarm right now. Let's be very, very clear. You do not want to wait. If today you knew today would be your last day, what would you do? A lot of people say, I'll go see my family members I love the most. I will do that, et cetera, et cetera. So what are you doing? Why aren't you doing that on the regular? Oh, life be like, yeah, life. But if you only have one day left, would that life matter? No, it wouldn't matter. Your priorities are out of whack. Put in place the priorities you need, especially financially. Because again, they are depending on you. Kids don't care about what you have going on. If they want it, they want it now. And I know some parents are like, man, forget them kids. I'm doing me, which is right, which is where I was at first. At a certain point, what I had to realize, they didn't ask to be here. I made a decision to bring them in this world. I created that. So I want to make sure that they set up and they have the opportunity that I didn't have. And at least they know the game that I didn't know growing up financially. Because I learned it from two places, this financial game that is. School of Hard Knocks, which is on my own efforts, trying to figure things out. And I lost a lot of money there. And two, My parents, which weren't wealthy, they did what they could with what they had. And because we were born here in America, they said, hey, you speak English, live the dream. So I got to be very, very clear. The cost of you overthinking, the cost of you saying, I'll wait till tomorrow. There's a movie, I don't know if you ever watched it, called Rocky. The original Rocky back in the 80s with Apollo Creed. When Rocky said, hey, I'll get busy tomorrow. And Apollo yelled at him. He screamed at him. He said, what are you talking about? There is no tomorrow. It's the same thing here. The cost of waiting, there is no tomorrow. You miss out on something. And I'm not trying to put fear or anything. I'm just trying to put urgency in you as a single father, as a man. I want to put fire behind you in order for you to make that intentional decision to say, you know what? I need to make a transition. I need to start putting stuff up, not only for me personally, but for my kid or my kids and their children. Because you want an oil painting too. You just don't know it yet. Because if you had $1 million right now, there'll be no worries. You wouldn't even be watching this podcast right now. You'd be trying to do something else, trying to make another million and another million and another million. So that's what I'm talking about. The cost of waiting. Get your priorities in order. Create a strategic game plan. Watch the rest of these episodes. There's a lot of free game out here. And as a former single father, I'm here for you. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, it gets annoying. Yeah, she may get on your nerves. She's always lying to the court, the judges, restraining order, all type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't understand how this works. But if you want to win, you will win. And that's on everything I love. And as a man, you would want to win. Because if you're a winner, then that means 9 out of 10 times your kids will be winners. If you're financially successful, that means 9 out of 10 times your kid or your kids will become financially successful. So do not wait. The cost of waiting, it's a it's a pretty penny. And it hurts. And I understand that because I waited. I waited way too long. I was the one at 30 years old saying, nah, I don't need to invest yet. And I just recently started investing roughly. I'm not even that much into it. Probably 5 years now. And honestly, I had to work side gigs just to double up to make sure I'm at where my financial independence number needs to be. So don't wait. Take this opportunity. Take the time now. Go get your 3 months worth of bank statements. Review them. Check them out. Even if you don't understand, ask questions, find out. And if you need help, go ahead, put down below help. And I'll go ahead and shoot you something to help you out. Talk to you, set up a call, and we can figure some things out. Do not wait. This is your opportunity right now to make a decision and change. I'm Jacques M. Joseph Jr., and this is the Financial Academy Podcast. Peace.